Y'all, what's up? How y'all doing? So, I normally be up recording all through the day, but I've kind of been under distress all day of just not knowing something, but something don't feel right. Y'all know wintertime is coming up, and with wintertime, we always use space heaters, trying not to pull too much of, the main power source or whatever. So, last couple of years everything's been okay. I've been running my heaters or whatever with no problem. But y'all know I'm a little old lady and all I do is walk through and try to find me something out and look for something or something. So I don't know why. And it might not be nothing, but then again it could, and I'm gonna find out. But I've been in stress all day or whatever. But I got two heaters, little space heaters that I run, and I don't know why they just seem like they get extremely hot. Now, let me say this. I wasn't aware of like that you should never leave a space heater on while you go to sleep because I've been doing that or whatever to keep from not having a high bill. But a lot of people say that their bills are higher than normal running the space heater or whatever. Um, and so I've been running them, but like throughout the night, what I will do, I will get up and let it cool off, or I'll move it around, or I'll unplug it, for a little bit, and then I'll start it back up. But then, like today, um, I just had this feeling like just check the cords and check the outlet, and so I felt the cord after I unplugged it, and it didn't burn my hand because I looked on Google and they say like if it's hot to the touch where it burns your hand, then that could be electrical problem or a fire getting ready to come on, and you might need to want to replace the sockets or whatever. So it wasn't hot to the touch, but it was a little bit too warm and toasty for my liking. And then I felt the socket in the wall, and that was hot. So I looked up like on Google, like, should my outlets be hot? And it's kind of misconstruing because it's saying they shouldn't be hot, but they should be warm, because if you run things like a fan or air conditioner, or if you run a hair dryer or stuff like that, then it's going to generate a lot of heat or whatever, so it will be hot, but it shouldn't be hot to the touch. But it just seemed like I can understand the cord being somewhat hot or whatever, but the wall outlet being hot, like that ain't sitting too well with me. So I want to get on here and just provide a head up, because I'm gonna have to probably call somebody out here, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need to change um these outlets or whatever. Then I got on there and I looked, like what does discoloration socket look like, and it said it showed pictures of some that were black where the sockets, the plastic part has been melted, or they yellow, and mines are definitely yellow when I look around my sockets or whatever. So it's saying that it's causing overheating because something could be loose, or something might need to be rewired, or something. It could, the yellow could be on there from excessive smoking, but they are more yellow for my liking. And like I said, I could hold the cord in my hand, but it, even this other heater that I got, I plugged it in, I put it together and I plugged it in, and after 15 minutes I had wanted to feel the wall, and of course it was hot just after running 15 minutes, and the cord was hot. So I took it into my room and I unplugged my clock, because they don't want you to run, whenever you're running a heater with something of 1500 watts, you don't need to run it with anything else, a clock or anything else. It needs to solely run by itself. And another thing, no power strips, no extension cords, because they don't hold enough power to generate that type of heat. And they're saying, most of the fires come from space heaters, whether that be electric space heaters or whether that be oil heaters. Most of the fires that they have had to tend to is all coming from space heaters. So I'm just gonna put this out there. I just felt like, or they said like if you notice a burning smell, and like I said, everything is kind of disoriented or dispictured, because I got up the other morning. I said, "What's that smell like? It's burning," but at the same time, I had just put a damn cigarette out. You see what I'm saying? So I'm always caught in between some shit where I can't figure nothing out, because what I'm doing and what the wall doing, we keep colliding, where I could see where the burning smell was coming from. Because hell, I just put a damn cigarette out and smoke just came out my damn mouth. But y'all know how I am too. I just something about a fire, and the burning smell, or if you have a fishy smell in your house. I haven't smelled fish, but they said like if you walking through your house and out of nowhere your house smells like fish, that could be coming from the outlets, that the outlets create a rotten fishy smell. I haven't had that or whatever, but I just I'm going through this right now, and it might not even be nothing, but to keep myself safe and for my sanity, I'm going to call electrician, and because I've been having to replace everything else in this house, and y'all know that, pipes, carpet, like everything. I've been having to slowly replace everything, so I'm pretty sure that these sockets are worn out too, and they are most definitely yellow. So the little small things that I got plugged in, like phone chargers or something like that, or lamps or whatever, it's not heating up because it's not pulling that type of current. But when I go to cut on my space heater, my concern is that within 15 minutes that wall hot and that cord hot. Like I said, it's not, when I looked on Google, they saying as long as it's not hot to the touch or whatever, then that's normal, because it is pulling a lot of heat. But by it being so yellow, and like I said, by 15 minutes, the wall socket hot and the cord hot, but I still can hold it, but it's still too hot for my liking, like it's damn near finna go up to that. It just brings a level of concern, and I want to be safe. I don't want to lose my life or die in a fire over a $20 or $30 heater. And I don't want anybody else, to die over a $20 or $30 heater. So do me a favor, y'all. Check y'all cords and make sure, after 15 or 20 minutes, they not running excessively hot. Or check your wall sockets and feel them and make sure they're not excessively hot. Look for discoloration. Look for black marks. Look for if your sockets are yellow, because it might be time to replace some things a lot. I just want to get on here because these are things that we don't think about. You know what I'm saying? Normal everyday things. You don't expect the socket to go out, but see, by me being an empath, I can feel different things that normal people wouldn't feel. I can check for different things that normal people wouldn't check for, and I may be getting ready to save somebody's life as well as my own. So I feel naked because I don't have my heater on, and I'm blowing this big thing, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have a nice bill, but I mean, I'd rather have my life than lose my life over a $30 heater. Like I said, until I have somebody come out, it might be fine. I don't know, but it was just more toasty to my liking. And this is what my channel is about. You know, we have a good time, we laugh on here, we play, we entertain, but overall we keep each other safe, and we bring awareness, and we wake people up, and we wake people up before a disaster strikes. So just do me a favor. Nothing might not be wrong at all. Nothing might not be wrong as far as you know of. But I just, something, if you hear your space heater doing some popping and crackling, that's a sign. Just kind of get up around your house and kind of check things, because like I said, I've been on here all day researching this stuff, and they saying that most of these fires start from these itty bitty space heaters, and they showing pictures of people houses blow the fuck up, and all of this damage over a space heater. And like I said, I'm just a little old wise woman, so I'm smart enough to go around and I can feel things. They don't have to be human. I can feel objects. I can feel things when something needs a tweaking or something ain't right, because Father ain't gonna allow me to be around here and not know what's going on, whether that be means, you know, feelings through a person, or feeling objects that have feelings that other people aren't aware of. So just do me a favor, for your safety and your kids' safety, your spouse's safety, grandmama's safety, granddaddy's safety. If you running heaters, space heaters, and after 15-20 minutes and you feel that wall and you feel that cord is extremely hot and it's yellow, your sockets are yellow and discolored, figure out if they need to be rewired or if they need to be replaced, because we don't need any type of fires. I love y'all. Wow.